Are you looking for the best potting soil mix for your plants? In this video, I am going to share 5 different ways to prepare potting soil mix, and these should cover most of your plants. Alright, let's take a look at them one by one. Number 1. This is the very first and basic potting soil mix. We can use this for most of the plants, including flowering plants and vegetables. Here is the potting soil mix recipe. 50% normal garden soil, 25% coco peat and 25% vermicompost. Please note, in case your normal garden soil is red type, you can use the same, and instead of coco peat we can use either peat moss or sand. Construction sand works well, and here I am showing you a closer footage so that you can take a look at the size. Mix everything well and always take time while preparing your potting soil mix. The growths of our plants highly depend on the potting soil mix, and I always try my best to make them as fine form as possible. In case you find it difficult to measure based on percentage count, then you can do this. Take a small measuring cup. Now take 2 parts normal garden soil, 1 part coco peat and 1 part vermicompost. This is equal to the 50% normal garden soil, 25% coco peat and 25% vermicompost. So far I have prepared lots of potting soil mix and I don't find any issues while counting them based on percentage. Number 2 potting soil mix, and it is potting soil mix for indoor plants. We can do it 2 different ways. Number 1 method, 30% normal garden soil, 25% coco peat, 25% vermicompost and 25% perlite. Now just imagine there are 4 parts in the measuring cup. Fill 3/4 of the cup with normal garden soil. Next, take around 2.5 by 4th part coco peat. Third component is vermicompost and it is same with coco peat. Fourth component is perlite and it is around half part of the measuring cup. Mix everything well and our potting soil mix is ready for most of the indoor plants. Number 2 method to prepare potting soil mix for indoor plants. Take 50% normal garden soil, 20% sand, 15% perlite and 15% vermicompost. Most of the time I prefer to use the number 1 method. Please note, if you do little bit here and there is no any issues. For example, recently I have shared many different potting soil mix for pothos or money plant. You can use the same to grow many different varieties of indoor plants. I am not repeating the same thing here again as I already have uploaded the video. For more info, either you can click on the I button on top right corner or you would also get the link in description box. Number 3 potting mix recipe, and it is soilless potting mix. Means we are not going to use any normal garden soil at all. Many of my plants do much better in soilless medium and they become like this whenever I use normal garden soil. For your info, this is a Phytonia plant. For soilless medium also we can go for 2 different ways. First method, take 3 different components in equal part. First one is coco peat or peat moss, second one is vermicompost and last one is perlite. As perlite is bit expensive, you can decrease the percentage of perlite a bit and increase the percentage of either coco peat or peat moss. Second soilless potting mix recipe, 4 different components in equal part, sand, coco peat, perlite and vermicompost. I am trying to present everything as simple way as possible and I hope you are not going to get any issues. But if you are finding any problems at all, please let me know. Number 4 potting soil mix, and it is for succulents and cactus. We can prepare potting soil mix for succulents and cactus 3 different ways. In case you believe that you always overwater your succulents, then go for the second method. In the very first method, we are taking these components: wood circle 20%, garden soil 30%, sand 30%, and rest 20% vermicompost. On this pot, I have already few succulents, as you can see. For example, it's the zebra plant and I have repotted them using the same soil mix. Unfortunately, our pet dog damaged one of my succulents, as you can see. On second method, we are going to use 4 different components in equal part. First one is sand, second one is coco peat, third one is vermicompost, and last one is perlite. Please mix everything well before repotting, and here you can see that on this method we are not using any garden soil. On third, take 3 parts coco peat, 1 part vermicompost and 1 part perlite. Since cacti and succulents are adapted to very dry environment, the potting soil mix should not hold the water for much longer and it should drain out very fast. Among these 3 methods, you can try any methods you prefer. However, growth would be a bit slower in the method number 3, and first one is better for growth. Number 5 potting mix recipe, and it is the potting mix to sow seeds. It is very simple. You can take 80% coco peat or peat moss and 20% vermicompost. I always do the same whenever I need to grow anything from seeds. Sometimes you may get specific plants where they need very light potting soil mix. How to know such plants? Just after getting them from nursery, try to leave them with the root ball. You'll be able to feel the weight easily. For such plants, the soil should not hold water for much longer time, but there should be enough moisture in the soil all the time. This is a purple diamond plant and it has same characteristics. If you use heavy soil, they would die within few days. More plants that have similar characteristics are impatiens, cineraria, etc. For such plants, we can prepare the potting soil mix this way: 30% normal garden soil, 30% coco peat or peat moss, 20% vermicompost and 20% sand. One important note: all these potting soil mix recipes should be sufficient for most of your plants. But having said that, some of the plants have unique requirements and we need extremely special potting mix for them. For example, orchid, anthuriums, etc. I already have videos on them and it is not possible to cover potting mix recipes for all the plants in a single video, as there are many different varieties of plants. But still, I tried my best, and in case you are interested in knowing more, please check out the next videos about anthurium and orchids. Hope you found this video useful, and if you did, I would truly appreciate if you give it a like, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel if you are new to Gardening Upbeat. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and enjoy.